Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving a match analysis for Al Nassr versus Al Okhdood. Let's get into this because there are a lot of goals. Once again, I'll be going through the goals at the same time as the people watching. Let's get into this. Mm, Let me just. Oh, it's actually at 120. Let's try 180. Yeah, that looks slightly better. Cross into the box. It's whipped in well. Yeah, this is basic. The goalkeeper basically does himself. Because yeah, a cross into the box. The keeper does very well initially to get on that ball, even though this John Duram has been left unmarked. He has been left unmarked. He has also been left unmarked. Fortunately enough, the keeper does gather, but he jumps into his own player, and that's not a foul. He'll pretend both of them will pretend to be injured because how is that possible? You are able to go and make the save, but all of a sudden you remember, oh no, I'm injured. Yeah, the ref is never giving that. The ref would not give that. But here the keeper, and it's because this guy is more focused on the ball, and it's because he is just focused on the ball. He just wants the ball. He just wants the ball. Keeper does very well to get the ball. He should be more focused on John Duram here. Otherwise, let me not get too much into that. And he just bumped into his own keeper. Look at that. Do you see his face? Look at here, and then you see it. Do you see this face? He knows that I've gone down. I might as well try and get that ball, and he wants to pretend to be injured. No, 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 no. But very well for the player there, putting it into the back of the net. And wow, they they were clinical today. They were clinical because I think this is off a loss of possession. Look at how quick that is. And the problem is everyone keeps backing up. I get the one to cover the space. It's one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't. And can't really blame him because if he does go, just waiting for that to change color. All right, so let's do that. If oh it my bad. If he does go, he concedes the space. So I understand why he does track back. But I think most likely he could possibly go because if we do play this back, mm, yeah, I've probably gone a bit too much. If we yeah yeah, but it's because he plays it too quick. He plays it too quickly. No chance of anyone getting there. And then one of those like um like a moth to a flame. Everyone goes for the ball, which means they will concede the space in behind them, which is somewhere around here, especially considering you have John Duram, who's been in really good form ever since he went there. Nassr, yeah, this is just boom, just like that. So three people went to cover one ball, and not one of them decided to say, you know what, I've seen everyone run here. Let me just stay in this space here so that maybe I can get a block or maybe try to get the ball. And it's a well placed strike. Keep has no chance. Lovely goal. Lovely, lovely goal by John Duran. Yeah, so this guy definitely gets so I don't know what happened, but since I think that's the mistake because the touch that he takes, he wanted to go in between the legs of this player. Unfortunately, it doesn't go back. Should have just gone, recycled the ball, start again. That's what should have happened. And unfortunately here, because in this situation it is a counter attack. And because you've seen it's because they were building up. It's because they were building up. That's why they looked so exposed. So you can't really blame the defenders. It's because of this guy here that loses the ball. And this is how quick they are. Takes a touch, sees someone, pass. Then once again, everyone is following towards the middle. I understand he's trying because at this point he's not even trying to look at Sadio Mane's run. Just move. Just make a movement. Because at this point, both of them go for the ball, even though they know that both of them will not reach it. Lays it off to Jiram. Lovely goal from outside the box. Well placed finish. All right. Ooh, block. Keeper runs out. Oof, that's a good finish. I wonder who does score that though. Cause look at this. All right, so I think if I start from here. All right, boys played. This is way too much space. I wonder how this space was created. because this is when I've actually clocked it. Like, this is a lot of space to be within. That's just too much space. Someone can run. Look, someone can run, lift their head up, look for a pass, play the pass. Look at that. And then he does the right thing, goes for a slide tackle, and I think he does get a deflection. And at least this time, because when John Duram does take the strike, he does shoot the ball. Look at how many people are crowded towards him, and he definitely gets blocked. Keeper once again rushes out. He gets the ball. Excellent. Unfortunately, let me just slightly increase the size of this. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, so unfortunately, since everyone is sorry, since everyone here, almost everyone is in the box, because you can clearly tell. Oh, this is quite large. Anyway, since everyone is in the box, I mean, look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost the whole team is in the box. And since everyone was rushing to cover the space here, they left all this space. Because look at this. Look at this. And this is near the D. Look at this. This is very, very dangerous. Let me just slightly reduce it. It's a bit too much. Maybe there. Maybe I think that might be better. Because look at this. He has all the time in the world. And then this is actually a very good strike. I think the keeper. I don't know if John Durham scores it. I don't know if it goes straight. But I think we'll see. It definitely hits ahead. I just don't know. Let's see. I think, is it a defender? Look at that, Brozovic. I don't know, but at least the keeper does try. But once again, the keeper does his job initially, and then the defenders ruin it. Because on the first goal, he got the ball, the defender bumped into him. Second, is this? Oh no, third goal, he got the touch necessary to get the ball away, and there was no one to mark the defender that was on the edge of the box. Then I think, yeah, things just start to get a little bit silly. And because look at this wing play, right? And then look at this gap that's here that's already formed. It might not seem like much. All right, let me just do that. Yeah. So, I mean, look at all this space here. Look at all this space. Anyone can drop in there. Like, see? They don't even use that space. Rather, he plays it through. Player at this point, I understand he wants to keep possession of the ball, but just kick it out. Kick it out. Kick it as far as you can. Because him trying to keep possession is what leads to him losing possession, funnily enough. The Nassr player gets it. That's definitely a foul. That's definitely a foul. And then that's when he decides to kick it, and instead he kicks it into someone. And the ref has given a foul. Penalty. You can't complain. You cannot complain. Because look at this. If he just kicked it out, he would have done better. Rather, he tries to keep possession, he loses possession, and then he makes a very rash challenge. I do feel it's a bit of a dive, though. Because if we look at that, yeah, I think it's the slightest of touches. I don't know. Sadio Mane is there to take a pen because surprisingly, Ronaldo didn't start this one. I'm not sure if he was on the bench. Yeah, that's a go. Brozovic cross into the box. Here, boom. Look at that. Goal. My goodness me. My goodness. Because Brozovic is free. Now here. Let's just do this. Let's start drawing lines. Let's start drawing lines. Our Nassr players. 1, 2, 3, 4. Al Okhdood players. Okhdood players, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can also, I don't know, but in the box here, it's a 4-on-4, which is very worrisome because Al Nassr, I'm sure they definitely saw it's one of those type of games whereby they just commit players forward. And look at this, 1, 2, 3. I think that's their whole midfield. I think that's their midfield. So their midfield is on this part of the pitch. Why? There should be at least one player here, maybe a player behind him, at least one player here to provide cover, or just within this particular area. I think they let Brozovic stay on the ball for too long. They got dragged out of the positions, and then look at this. They left they left all the danger there. And because of that, look at him, 87. He's running, he sees the danger, he is running, he cares. He is running, but there's only so much he can do. And because he's smart, he plays it to the person that was on the D unmarked. That's why he was after someone near the D so that they can avoid, because initially in the box it was a fair 4-on-4. But now because of the player outside, and by the time the ball reaches him, you can't get the ball from him. He's gonna play it. Simple as that. Or he can bait you. You can pass the ball to him. He holds it for a few more seconds. You create a space by running towards him, and then he plays it in behind you. Little later of pass, boom, go. I mean, how? And then let's even take it back a bit, because look at that. Where does John Duram start from? So he chases after this ball here. He gives the space to John Duram. I can understand he's frustrated. He wants to do something, but at this point, keep your shape. This is why you're supposed to have people here. Number 87 was running as quick as he could. This man here not really running. Because yeah, he went to get the ball, he didn't get the ball, and then what he did was he considered the space in behind him. John Duram takes advantage of that, and then there's nothing much you can do. It's because there was no cover in front of the defense. And he takes it well. Boom. And yeah, that's a good finish. Once again here. Eish, very unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. Because here, boys played into John Duram, does very well, but now I have a problem with this. I do have a problem with this. Because if we look at this, I mean, you've just left him unmarked. And this guy, he was with Money. Money makes a pass, Money moves. He sees Money make the pass, he does not move. And then on top of that, I understand he's playing a bit higher he's playing higher, a bit deeper. So it's hard to mark him because you're afraid of the space you concede behind, but you can't let him just really have this time to actually stop, look, and then sorry, that's not John Jam, that's someone else. But like you give him too much time. And then here he does the right thing. He gets the block in. Unfortunately, he he makes it harder for the keeper to save. That is so unfortunate. Because look at this. Boom. And yeah, because of that deflection, that's why the goal goes in. But it's because they let the man that was there get the ball, turn a bit, step on the ball, look up, see the man, play a pass, and then just like they gave him too much time. They should have at least there. I would have understood if he went to challenge the player, but ish. Let's see what happens here. Oh no. Oof. And at this point, morale is very low, I must assume. Once again here, Al Nassr knew it was that type of game whereby, they're not having that great of a season, so they might as well take out their frustration on this team. And considering the fact they lost to, is it Al Ittihad, but Benzema's team? They lost to Benzema's team in that game. Because look at this. That's where the pressure is. Nearly everyone that's on this pitch is here. Because look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they had a red card. This is when I remembered. Unfortunately, there's no video of the keeper's red card, but they did have a red card. Al Okhdood. They did have a red card. And then look at this is just the Al Okhdood player. So 90% of the team is there. And then let's look at the Al Nassr players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I've put the dot on the ref. It's supposed to be on him. Yeah. So look at that. They knew it was that type of game. Get as many goals as you can. Take out the frustration from losing to Al Ittihad, and just call it a day. Because just look at the pressure that's there. So boom, John gets the ball. And the funny thing is that in this match, the Alok dude were doing some really good things, because they make the tackle and they get the ball from John Duram. But it's one of those things whereby whenever they did a good defensive action, it led to something negative. Someone tackling the. Whenever they did something good, led to something bad. When they did something bad, led to something bad. It's one of those games. I feel so sorry for them. So he plays the ball quickly, and at this point, he's so free here, and it's because they're playing so deep. And then you have a few players here. He's still getting up from the tackle. There should be someone at least here. I don't know why they're behind the ball. I do expect them to play a bit deeper, because at this point, it's damage control. It's damage. He should at least be here. I think he was expecting a counter, but Yeah, he should just be deeper because I don't see the point of him being here. Just be there, help your teammates. Just stop, just stop just stop the whole momentum, and he gets the ball here, and then he plays this lovely pass, and it's because he fakes it. He sells that he's going to pass the ball to him. He sells that the ball is going to go him because look at the space that's been in between him and him. Look at the space that's there. So he sells this. And because he moves here, he moves to him, he creates that space, and then the ball perfectly played to Mane, and then that's a good finish. Just like that, Mane's got a hat trick. Ish. Is it the hey? Is that was that Mane's third goal? There was a deflected one. There was a penalty. That I think it is. I mean, look at this once again. It's because there's under so much pressure. Under so much. Look at this ball played in behind. Everyone is running. Everyone is running towards their own goal. Everyone's running towards the own goal. But fortunately enough, Mane doesn't run as hard. He runs, but slightly slower, so that the ball, you see, he's not running as much as they do. He's practically walking. And then you know what happens? When the ball reaches him, there's no one in front of him because everyone was following the ball. Everyone was following the ball. He's alone in the box, and he scores because everyone was trying to follow the ball. Oh, that's too easy. That's too easy. That's a penalty. Obvious penalty. Let's just play that back. So the fact, all right, I understand this. I understand you're trying to give him, but if you're giving him this much space, make sure the people that are in front are covered. Because if you look at this, the Anasa players are playing in between the lines. Because this is their first, you know, what's the name of that word? What's that word? Let's just say the first block. This is the second. This is the first line. This is the second line. And because the gap is so huge, the Al-Nassr players can just be in between the gaps. They can just be in between. They can just be in between the defensive line and the midfield line. And unfortunately, they just. I don't know if the defense is too high or the midfield is too high. I don't know. But the midfield should be just slightly more deeper so that they make that space more compact. But you know what? I know it's bad defending, but he does pick out a really good pass. He plays it into himself very well. And at this point, that's the most obvious foul. I mean, he drags him down. He drags him down. He knows he's one a pen. Yeah, I mean, just simple like that. I mean, look at that. Look at that. And then you go ahead and do that. And actually, it's not as bad, but it's still a foul. Goal. Goalkeeper went the right way. Once again, someone does something right. Feels like he gets punished. Yeah, they're happy. They're very happy. It's just one of those games, took their frustration away. They move on. Otherwise, that's been my match analysis for this Al match. So many goals. I'm sure it's because they lost to Al Ittihad, so they just had to take their frustration off of someone. Yeah, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.